The following program is rated 14 plus and not intended for younger audiences, may contain mature subject matter and strong language that may require safe space. Your discretion is advised.
I'm not trying to win. I'm not doing this because I want to beat someone, because I hate someone, or because I want to blame someone. I do what I do because it's right, because it's decent, and above all, it's kind.
Happy Dominion Day! Happy Canada Day! It's not cancelled, we're here!
Bye.
Welcome to our new world. We are the brave. Welcome to our new world. Strength is our name. We're gonna drink and light up the sky. Welcome to our new world. Won't be denied.
Mais le Canada a besoin d'aide. C'est ce que ça signifie les drapeaux. On est la résistance. Vous êtes la résistance.
Yeah, September, but I mean, you know what? I mean, something happens with that. It's always, you know.
I just need to confirm, so did you sign up and request to be called?
Yeah, no freedom club. Just giving those out. And I have to be able to live integrity with everything, and I can't sleep at night knowing that people are being harmed, and I'm just like going along with it. You're a star, Jack. You don't see my side.
We're going to start off with a little classic here, a good tune called The Maple Leaf Forever. Hello, Patriots, freedom fighters, and super spreaders of freedom!
We are here coming together to encourage one another towards liberty.
When tyranny becomes entrenched in our country, this is our duty. And I love Canada, and I love my country and the nation and the people that built it.
We are proud Canadians that will always fight for what we believe is right. Our national heroes have fought in order to preserve our freedoms that now our government and our medical communities trample upon.
Our governments presently allow unelected health officials to force our judges to turn law-abiding citizens into criminals.
But then something happened in 2020, and it wasn't the Great Reset. It was all of your people. It was the Great Awakening.
On est ici aujourd'hui pour notre liberté!
Que vous soyez de l'ouest à l'est, peu importe votre couleur, vous êtes Canadiens, vous avez vos droits, tenez-vous debout. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for to celebrate our country's 104th anniversary, to celebrate our heritage, to celebrate our identity, to celebrate our way of life, and to be proud to be Canadians.
For Canadians, whether it's in the streets, or in our homes, or in our restaurants, or in the ballot box, that we can always stand up and show that we are proud, we are free, and we are faithful.
Our governments presently allow unelected health officials to jail our pastors, to lock our church houses, and fine the churches hundreds and thousands of dollars for what?
Je l'ai élevé en arrivant ici, parce que j'ai fait plusieurs discours au Québec. On m'a fait fermer la gueule avec mon béret. Présentement, on se bat pour nos droits et nos libertés. Je me fermerai pas la gueule. Jamais! We have a government here in Ottawa that is not fighting for us.
He's a traitor!
A government that is locking down our population, that is saying that not every business is essential, but we know that everyone in our country is essential.
change. I'm just a little upset when there's 25 Bible verses engraved in the Parliament and they act like they have never heard of God.
We're staring at a house right now that is occupied by people who do not care about Canada. They care about themselves, they care about their careers, they care about their fancy ideas that have put Canada in a place that if we don't turn around, it will never recover.
On va régler les problèmes de la politique par un mouvement social qui va mettre en place une politique sociale par le peuple, pour le peuple. We believe that you have the opportunity, the dignity, and the right to make your own decision and determine your own destiny.
I thought in Canada we were innocent until proven guilty. I am right now. I have a fine of $273,500 on my head because I preach and get people saved.
We know this dark path that Canada has taken us on needs to have a unified political opposition and a home for freedom-loving Canadians.
And Kristen lost her job along with Sarah and Crystal. Right? They're nurses. They saw all the bullshit and they said no more and they stood up to the plate.
2 weeks ago today, I held a press conference on Parliament Hill. There were doctors, there were regular Canadians, there were other professors and health professionals that were reaching out to me. They wanted to have a voice. They weren't able to talk on the mainstream media. They weren't getting any person or entity to allow them to tell their story. Within 2 days, that became the most watched CPAC political video of all time. In the midst of that press conference, my Facebook live stream was shut down right in the middle of it. I had 2 tenured professors from major universities here in Ontario. I had a medical doctor, a frontline care worker who we see all the signs about there, telling us about what they're seeing. And yet, that wasn't good enough for Facebook. Now, since when is Facebook to come before the representatives of the people and the people of Canada? If not even the police can stop me from doing my duty in the House of Commons, why is Facebook shutting down democracy in Canada?
It is our duty to enforce freedom of choice and informed consent. I'll repeat that. Informed consent.
Why am I speaking out? Because I am compelled to. Our kids are not okay.
Hein? Nos enfants, dans plusieurs années, on sait présentement qu'ils ont des problèmes psychologiques.
Children and teens who are essentially at zero risk of dying from COVID are being hurt the most by the lockdowns, masking, isolation, and messages of fear.
Qu'est-ce qu'on va devenir si on n'est pas capable de faire Facebook pour nos enfants?
Alors, ce n'est pas vrai que nos enfants vont se faire injecter des vaccins, en guillemets, expérimentaux, que les phases d'expérimentation sont même pas terminées pour court et moyen et long terme. How can you have proper health care when the truth is being hidden and our freedom of expression is being censored?
And you know what? I don't get why the medical establishment has shut down churches, even as suicides have resulted from the shutdown of those who defend our emotional health and our connection with God.
So what is happening right now to those kids who aren't in clubs, aren't able to connect with their teachers, aren't identified as being neglected or abused?
A lot of Canadians don't realize they can't see what's happening in front of them because they think it cannot happen here. Lorsque qu'on accepte un avantage pour se faire injecter un produit expérimental dans une pandémie qui est fausse, on appelle ça de la corruption envers notre intégrité corporelle.
from their childhoods and replaced with irrational fears. Graduation and proms, rites of passage were canceled once again. All because the adults in charge put their own fear and agenda before the well-being of kids.
I heard about a group called Police on Guard for Thee. There was active officers that were putting their jobs on the line, their careers on the line. They were suing the government. So Rocco has filed the injunction with the Ontario Superior Court. He filed it in May. We're suing the Attorney General of Canada, Ontario, Doug Ford, and 5 police chiefs.
When we are putting pastors like Pastor Art Pulowski in jail, hogtied on the highway, when Pastor Tim Stevens is in jail right now, what is going on in our nation?
But we are who these kids look up to for guidance, for protection, and for role models for critical thinking.
Ce n'est pas une pandémie. C'était une grosse grippe. Ah là, les journalistes, ils vont me dire, ah, c'était une grosse grippe. Ben, informez-vous. Retrouvez votre cœur, mes chers amis. Vous êtes capables, mes chers journalistes.
The data is clear that kids are not a threat to us. They never have been. Not last year, not this year. We need to stop covering their beautiful faces. We need to welcome them all with open arms and provide hope for their future once again.
Know that Police on Guard is here for you. We feel what you feel, the anger that you feel. We are never, ever going to step down or ever stop our fight to bring law and order back to Canada. We are here for you, and we will always stand on guard for thee.
We've abdicated our responsibility for far too long. We've been spoiled for far too long. Most of us have never had to fight for freedom. And the Canadians that are here that have came from somewhere else for a reason. That's what we have to protect. For us, our families, and the people that ran from tyranny to this country.
Il faut accepter notre mission que chacun a, que chaque être humain a, de se lever et de parler.
Most of you might know Sarah and I, who have lost our jobs for speaking truth, and we have come together with Crystal to form the Canadian Frontline Nurses. But our group has been growing strong, and we now have more nurses joining us that are coming out publicly speaking.
Thank everyone who has been courageous this year. I don't know if y'all caught this, but Remy, who sang today, he was formerly from the Canadian Tenors. And when he stood up for what he wanted and what he believed in, he lost his job. The nurses lost their jobs. Lots of people here are facing this.
Ce n'est plus le temps de dire l'autre le fera. L'autre risquera sa vie. L'autre risquera sa carrière. L'autre risquera sa carrière de 22 ans. L'autre risquera sa fortune. L'autre risquera la sécurité pour ses enfants. L'autre risquera sa vie. Ce n'est plus le temps de dire l'autre risquera sa vie.
We do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and wickedness in high places. So we declare that the answer, yes, it means the answer is for us to fight. Yes, we're to become politicians and do our best to fight in that realm. But in the end, God wins.
Never, ever, ever give up, because we win. Freedom!
Et c'est pas vrai que ce pays est rempli de gens racistes. Ce pays est rempli de Canadiens fiers et dignes.
Despite all of the divisions that our government has put us in,
Because they like to stick us all in these little boxes and then pop the lid off when they need them, and then put the lid back on when they don't. And they pit us against each other. Left, right, blue, red, gay, straight, old, young.
Laissez-vous de la langue, la couleur de la peau. On s'en fout. C'est nous contre eux.
La langue n'est pas une barrière. We're all friends. On est tous des amis. All Canadians.
I am absolutely confident that Canadians across this country are not divided. I have been coast to coast. I have met with tens of thousands of Canadians across this country. And so many of us are united on the same principles, the principles of integrity in our government, the principles of telling the truth, the principles of standing together and putting Canadians first.
The value of freedom, the value of liberty, the value of sovereignty, the value of justice, meritocracy, and prosperity. If you ask any Canadian across this country if they agree with those values, they would say yes. And it's those values that are 100% under attack.
Et nous allons toujours se battre pour vos valeurs, les valeurs canadiennes de liberté, de responsabilité, de respect.
And remember, politicians may try to divide us, but we give them their power. Have faith in each other. Have faith in Canada. Together, we are strong and free.
We need to unite under those values and to defend those values.
Remove not the ancient landmarks. Right. I know we're very smart in 2021, but when you remove the foundation of a building, you're done. The whole thing collapses. Canada right now is collapsing as we speak. Yeah. But we won't let it. We will stand on July 1st.
C'est dans cette phrase que vous avez votre réponse. Arrêtez d'attendre après un héros. Vous êtes tous des héros. On est tous des héros. Puis unis, on va réussir à faire quelque chose.
You have to look within yourself. We're greater than we can possibly believe.
À un moment donné, vous êtes tous responsables. Everybody's responsible of themselves. Stand up. Everybody, please stand up.
I firmly believe that what we're seeing here and in other places across this country is the beginning of the greatest patriotic movement this country has ever seen.
In the long history of the world, only few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its maximum hour of danger. Yes. You are that generation. Yes. This is your role.
My freedom-fighting Canadians, are we going to win this battle? Yeah.
We will not stop. We will not retreat until we have made Canada the bastion of liberty and freedom that God ordained it to be.
And Father, I thank you for these people on this lawn right here. Father, we recognize that something is wrong. And Father, we will stand by your grace until the end.
You know, Jesus said you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. These two statues on both sides up here, that's veritas, which is truth, and that's justice, and in between we're talking about freedom. You shall know the truth shall make you free.
If you'd like to help us on this journey, you can visit Canadian
frontlinenurses.ca and stay connected to where we're going to be going all the way across to Vancouver Island and back.
We all are one. We are Canadian. Yeah, yeah. We are Canadian. Hey! Stand up, take a stand for the freedom of our land. Stand up, take a stand. We are Canadian. When you can, make your stand. Take each other by the hand. We are Canadian. Show your heart, be a part. We hold you safe, we stand on guard. We are Canadian. We are free, it's meant to be. From sea to shining sea. Stand tall, stand fast, stand true.
Willing to stand for freedom.
Canadian.